Good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Well, what you just witnessed was a footage of the 9/11 attacks that killed scores in the United States. Well, welcome to Primetime News Sunrise. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Before we go into your stories in detail, here's a look at the headlines. Disciplinary action to be taken against police OICs who do not implement the law regarding election-related police complaints. Water shortage creates hardships for wildlife in Yala. Irrigation Department instructs farmers to prepare farmlands for cultivation ahead of the upcoming Maha season. And on international news, 13 years marked since the 9/11 catastrophe. Now, stories in detail. In run-up to the Uva Provincial Council elections, the police has requested the general public to inform the nearest police station if they have spotted any vehicles roaming the streets without license plates within the Uva province. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rowan has said that strict disciplinary action will be taken against police OICs who do not implement this law against such complaints.
It has been informed that some vehicles are moving in Monragal area, especially the defended jeeps without a proper number plate. So we have informed all the officers in charge of police station and the superior and the high-ranking officers of police in order to take appropriate action to restrict such movements and to arrest vehicles if they are moving without a number plate. However, we would like to make a request from the general public also in this regard, and if they are seeing a vehicle without a number plate, they can inform our 119 center, then appropriate action would be taken. And apart from that, if any officer in charge of a police station has not taken any action on information provided by general public or an informant, they'll be dealt with the police disciplinary court.
The Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission states that positive responses are being received in the backdrop of the guidelines and recommendations that were recently released in view of the upcoming Uva Provincial Council elections. Commissioner Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva stated that the Transport Ministry will take steps to prevent posters, banners and stickers from being displayed on public transport services. Dr. Mahanamaheva expressed these views to Newsfirst.
Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission yesterday issued 11 general election guidelines as well as recommendations. These guidelines were issued in a special meeting we conducted with Election Commissioner, senior officers and government agent in Monragal and Badulla. In that meeting, once we issued these guidelines, we got a letter from the Additional Secretary, Minister of Transportation, undertaking that we are not going to display any type of number, cutout or poster in CTB buses and also railways, as well as we got another assurance from private buses, that is Ministry in charge. Therefore, if these things are displayed, there is a special number, anyone can phone us, 1996. That is the hotline. Once we get the hotline, any complaint, we will refer it to Election Commissioner and we will take reaction.
To Today is day 4 of the Dampa Riyasarya convoy organised to commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of late Anagarika Dharmapala.
The Sobana Maliga vehicle used by Anagarika Dharmapala in spreading his message across the country is also showcased in this convoy. The passport of Anagarika Dharmapala and a book written in his handwriting are also on display. The initiative is jointly organised by Newsfirst and the Sri Lanka Mahabodhi Society.
The Colombo International Book Fair 2014 commenced under the auspices of President Mahinda Rajapaksa yesterday. This is incidentally the 16th book fair organised by the Sri Lanka Book Publishers Association. The Colombo International Book Fair 2014 commenced at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall and will continue until the 16th of September from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. President Mahinda Rajapaksa also presented scholarships to a group of students under the Darudiriya Fund that is established from the funds received from the sale of tickets at the venue. The head of state who declared open the event also visited several stalls at the Colombo International Book Fair. Animals at the Yala National Park continue to face food and water shortages owing to the prevailing drought conditions. As such, a risk of animals dying has arisen as a result of the drying up of greenery and water drinking places. This is the manner in which animals are straying outside the Yala National Park in search of food and water as a result of the drought. These wild animals have even got used to accepting food from tourists who visit the park. Our reporters in the area stated that although local and foreign tourists provide food for animals in this manner, the participation of wildlife officials is minimal. The Department of Irrigation has informed farmers to prepare their lands for cultivation ahead of the Maha season, although the areas have not received adequate rain so far.
Director General of the Department of Irrigation, Badura Kamaladasa, stated that the preparations of land for cultivation for the Maha season has already commenced in the Batticaloa district. However, water levels of 72 reservoirs coming within the purview of the Department of Irrigation remains at a level of 13%. The Department of Irrigation expects that adequate rain will be received by October this year. Badura Kamaladasa added that the Irrigation Department will ensure all farmlands that are cultivated are provided with the requisite quantum of water for the upcoming Maha season.
Americans prepare to commemorate the 13th anniversary of the September 11, 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. 13 years ago, the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center came under attack, one among a series of attacks launched on the 11th of September 2011 by the Al-Qaeda militants, killing over 3,000 people. Somber crowds are expected to gather in New York City, Washington, D.C. and Shanksville in Pennsylvania today to commemorate the devastating attack by Al-Qaeda on the United States. Preparations for the ceremonies are taking place as the US mounts a military attack on Islamic State, a militant group that is an offshoot of Al-Qaeda's Islamist ideology and its rapidly expanding terrorists in both Iraq and Syria. US President Barack Obama is expected to announce his plans today about 12 hours before the commemoration ceremonies begin. In New York City, the ceremony will take place at the World Trade Center, where rebuilding efforts are nearing completion at an area that was once smoldering grave and a fenced-off construction site is now largely woven back into the city's fabric. The only ceremony open to the general public on Thursday is at the Flight 93 National Memorial, which marks a site in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where one of the 4 commercial airliners hijacked by Al-Qaeda militants crashed into a field. The Congressional Gold Medal, the nation's highest civilian award honoring the passengers and crew who were aboard the flight, will go on public display for the first time today. Well, that's a wrap of Primetime Sunrise. I'm Stephen Lazarus. Your next update comes your way at 8:55. Have a nice day.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.